Hello and welcome to a brand new video where today we're going to be looking at the different types of fondants that are available from Ian at Oldcastle Farm Hives. So we've got quite a few different types of fondant that we're going to be looking at today. The first one being just a normal fondant. This is just a standard fondant. All of the fondants that we have all look like this, but different colours. So it's made by Agrosimpa, Ian up in Oldcastle Farm in Neath. All of the information is down in the description, his website, where you can find his number and his online shop. So this is the first fondant that we're looking at, a standard fondant, which obviously you get from most beekeeping supplies now, but it's just like a baking fondant that the bees take down, and yeah, it's really good. So what we find with a lot of other packets is that they're quite bulky, even for 1 kilogram. They're quite bulky and big and hard to put underneath the rows. Now here, a lot of our rows are small, you know, they're not deep, so we got a bit of a problem putting fondant underneath the hives and then squishing it down underneath. So this is actually super thin. If you have a look here, that's how thin it is. So we can put it down, cut a hole, and we're not squishing all this fondant into a little mess underneath the hive. So that's really easy to use. So just to read some things off the front of this packet, they're GMO free, 100% natural origin, very low HMF, and it's got an EU origin. So that's all good. It's great stuff, and also really cheap. The prices you can see down below and also on Ian's website. So if you don't know, Ian actually makes these suits as well. I've got the male version of this suit. It's a sting proof and ventilated suit. I'll leave the video in the description for you to check it out. But if you go down and pop in a Neath or check out his website, you'll be able to see these suits and also find all of the fondants that I'm going to be showing you today. The next fondant that I'm showing you is a fondant with added vitamins. So this just makes it easier for it to digest, and especially now coming into spring, there's not a great deal of different flowers that the bees are working. So there's a bit of a shortage of pollen coming into the hive. You know, if you give them a bit of fondant with added vitamins, may give them a head start, especially if you're using, if you're trying to build up a nuke early in the year. You want to get them big, especially if you want to sell them. Bit of added vitamins, you give them that nice big boost. Okay, so they also do a protein fondant, which is really good, easy to digest. You can see, you know, again, it's nice and compact. The packaging's nice. You know, you're not having to. Some people cut up their own, you know, using cheese wire and then having to pack it all up, and it looks a massive pain. But for the price of that, you know, you don't really need to. Even on the scale that we're on, we just buy a couple of these, whack them on the hives, and then, I mean, it's easy. We're not wasting time having to cut all different shapes and sizes of fondant. Okay, so the next fondant that we're going to be looking at is a fondant with thymol. So this thymol, basically the varroa mites really hate it. It's actually used very commonly as a treatment. Now some people, if they go into cut their own or make their own even, they may add thymol, but usually when you're buying it from a place like Happy Valley or just like any bee supplies out there, you don't see one that they'll do with thymol. So this, you kind of want to put it on, springtime or end of the year kind of time, whenever really. But this, it's really good. And also, while feeding your bees, you're also getting a nice bit of treatment put in as well as an added bonus. And for the price of this, there's no point in making your own. We actually called into a local store, like a wholesalers, Booker's, and went to go and buy fondant. It was actually more expensive than this because it's really competitively priced. Now we just come back from the bee trade up in Stoneleigh, and one thing that I've noticed over the past probably 2-3 years is how popular pollen is getting, especially candy pollen, which I believe Simon the Beekeeper's promoting and selling. And also I think Maysmore at one point was selling candy pollen and it was flying off the shelves. Now Agrosimpa or Oldcastle Farm, you can buy this pollen. So this is exactly the same as candy pollen. You smack it on your hive, and they're just going to demolish it. Now this is actually better than candy pollen, as well as really well priced. This actually has more pollen in it than candy pollen. So this pollen, you kind of want to put it on within the next couple of weeks, maybe months, earlier in the year, going into spring. Getting some pollen on the hive is going to motivate them. They're going to then, just give them a big boost, especially if you're doing nukes again. Give them a bit of this. We're going to try it out within the next couple of weeks, and then we'll let you know how we get on with it. So now you know that there's loads of different types of fondants that you can purchase from Oldcastle Farm. Who also has a shop up in Neath. All the information's down below. So obviously we've got our standard fondant, our protein with thymol, pollen and with vitamins. So if your mite drops, if you have a bit of a varroa problem, smack a bit of thymol in. If you've got a shortage of pollen in the area, either get your protein, your pollen, or even the one with vitamins. It's going to help them digest a bit, and for the price, why wouldn't you? It's a really well priced product, and also really easy to use. All you have to do is smack a cut through the plastic and smack it on top of the crown board, and then you're done and you move on to the next hive. No preparation needed. If you contact Ian, if you want it in large quantities as well, he could possibly get you a really good price.